Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Comic Shop Adventure, my weekly trip to where I leave the homestead here at Athletic Geek HQ and go out on an excursion in search of comic books, graphic novels, collectibles, action figures, and so much more. First things first, going to talk about what stood out from the bounty from last week on the pull list. Pretty much, it was an okay week. Like, nothing really super duper life-changing, but a lot of really good fun stuff. No books were really bad. The ones that really stood out in my mind, first of all, I gotta mention Terrifics. Terrifics was really good, if for no other reason. Plastic Man got some cool moments, and I've enjoyed Plastic Man. I know he's kind of a comedic character and kind of made more so for comic relief and what have you, but he got to really be a hero in the latest issue, and that's kind of cool for me. And it's a good series, where you kind of take kind of the Metamorpho and Plastic Man, some of these heroes that really don't always get the limelight, and give them a good platform, and just Plastic Man getting his moment to be a hero was really cool for me. Justice League Dark #1. Wonder Woman, along with Zatanna, Swamp Thing, John Constantine. They've really built up kind of an interesting story. I'm going to follow this, and I'm not really Wonder Woman's biggest fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's interesting how they're using her character to lead this magical Justice League team. So, yeah, maybe this will be a good thing for the character, and maybe this will get me a lot more interested in that character than I've been in years past. So, Justice League Dark #1, very good. And then Old Man Logan. I mean, it had its rough patch. You've heard me criticize it on the Comic Shop Adventure in weeks past, but I'm enjoying this Bullseye storyline just like I enjoyed the Kraven storyline. It's just really good. He just they're getting to use Wolverine in different areas that maybe are not really the status quo for Wolverine. So it's been really good the last couple story arcs, and hopefully it keeps it up, because it's gone from something that I kind of skimmed because it wasn't really grabbing my attention very well, but I didn't want to cut it from the pull list, to now it's one of my favorite books of the week, or one of the favorite books that I just get in whenever it's on the list. So yeah, just really solid story arc so far, and we'll see what's on the horizon, but I will see you when I return here to the homestead. Hello everyone, I am back here at the homestead at Athletic Geek HQ. It's been a long, exhausting day. If you're a fan of wrestling that's made your way to the comic book section of my channel and my Facebook page, woke up early to do the G1 Climax report from New Japan Pro Wrestling Live today. So it was that's 5:30 in the morning my time to be able to get up and watch that. So I went from that to the Comic Shop Adventure. So just had to get a little plug in there and a little crossing of the streams, if you will. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get to the bounty from this week's Comic Shop Adventure. We are going to start with Deadpool #3. I can't believe they're only on issue 3 with this book. It's been good. I don't realize that it's just not coming out as frequently as many other Marvel books. Scotty Young's doing a great job on Deadpool, and it's a fun Deadpool book. Like, this is a good book because it's just a book about fun, and it's not always for everybody, but it's a breath of fresh air with all the drama that are on in other books, and I like that. But this is just a nice little fun interlude with good humor, good writing, and I enjoy it. I love the Dugan run. I'm loving the Scotty Young run. Deadpool. So we stay with the mutants in Marvel with the Astonishing X-Men #14. This book's been okay. I know they've changed writing teams, and they've kind of changed the cast a little bit. You see, on the cover you got Dazzler and Havoc and Beast. So this book, at least under the previous writing team, they kind of give more fan favorites their due, if you will. Maybe aren't really doing something in the main X-Men Blue and Gold book, so that might be how they're bringing in Dazzler here. But so far, I'm not going to say it's anything life-changing. That could that could change. It could really hit its stride. I mean, you never know what's going to happen with one issue, one story arc. I mean, listen to how I've been praising Old Man Logan over the past few weeks, but so far it's been a decent little book. And yeah, so Astonishing X-Men 14, gonna keep her on the old pull list. And then finally we have, to round out the Marvel side of things, X-Men Gold number 33. It's still working, much like another book that you're going to see in this bounty, to kind of, in some cases, regain the fans' trust after the, I don't want to say bait and switch, but maybe that's the appropriate term for it, a bait and switch, with the Kitty and Colossus wedding. But this is still probably, overall, the best X-Men book going right now, and got to give a shout out to that beautiful cover with Storm. Storm's one of my favorite mutants, and hopefully it's a cool story arc for Storm, and yeah, hopefully it can kind of get back up there. I didn't take that one as personally as the Batman bait and switch, but still, I understand how some of the fans feel betrayed, and unfortunately this series has got to build its way back up, and let's see if they can do that. But I like Storm, so this one's got me hooked at least. And finally, on to the DC side of things, and speaking of things that gotta earn trust, Batman number 52. I mentioned that I enjoyed the previous issue of Batman. I know a lot of people didn't, here in the YouTube comic community. But I thought it was interesting. I'm not going to say it was great. I mean, it's still got some work to do, because as much as I love Tom King, and I've enjoyed his run so far, I feel very disappointed in what he did, as you heard last time I talked about this here on the Comic Shop Adventure. But I thought we were just going to have a generic story. We weren't. They might have something good planned. It's a toss-up. If it goes in a good direction, if they do something innovative with this, if they do something that isn't the norm, but isn't just so ridiculous that it's just like, oh, we just got to do something extreme and change everything, then maybe Tom King will be able to salvage, what his legacy will be on this book. That being said, he's still got to work for it. That a lot of people are going to feel hurt. A lot of people feel hurt and will continue to feel hurt by what happened with the Catwoman and Bruce wedding. And, I thought that the last issue was good. I was intrigued. I'll always give credit where credit is due. It's going to have to really maintain something for me not to, kind of just go, yeah, but you bait and switched us. Yeah, but you left us hanging and that was bad. I don't like to hate on writers. I don't like to hate on stories. I don't like to hate on people that may just like different things than me. But I'm disappointed, and, when your friend does you wrong, sometimes, it takes a lot for them to build back into the good graces, and that's how I feel with Tom King's Batman. It's the friend that let me down really, really bad one time, and now I feel like he's got to earn his way back to my trust again. But if he keeps up what he's been doing, at least in my opinion, with the last issue, and can really, really impress me, he'll do just that. But Batman number 52. And from there, we go to Nightwing number 47. They're keeping the little, cyber terrorist, mechanical robot kind of thing going. It's kind of generic, but it's a fun little story. It's kind of cool. Kind of how they're putting, the cyber terrorism, That's always something I'm kind of a sucker for, is things like that, is because they can kind of hit, so it's fantastical yet realistic, so I always kind of like stories like that, and it's written decently enough that it's got me intrigued. I know, other people in this community don't particularly care for it, but, it is what it is. This is one of the better story arcs that this book has had in a little while, so, hey, Nightwing 47. Keep that story arc going, and we will go from there to Green Lanterns number 52. They're beginning to put... they're beginning to transition some of the Green Lantern characters from Hal Jordan's book, since that's going to be finishing up its run shortly. Putting it back into the Green Lanterns book. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I like both books. I kind of like Green Lanterns, you know, being a Simon and Jessica book, and then Hal Jordan's book being for the rest of the Corps. But, you know, I guess just sales weren't there, and, you know, I can't really say anything too bad about it as long as they keep giving me my fix of the characters, you know, in one book or the other, I'm going to be okay with that, and hopefully they don't deviate. You can deviate from the norm, but you can't deviate too far from the norm, and I'm hoping that they don't deviate too badly with this story arc, because I really, really have enjoyed both Green Lantern books. And combining them, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but Hal's making more of a presence being known in Green Lanterns, and the story continues in 52. And the last book off the poll list for the evening, or the adventure, or whatever you'd like to call it, is Justice League number 5, and they're going to basically do like kind of a Legion of Doom book with this one. It's not really, the focus isn't going to be on the Justice League, it's just going to be on the Legion of Doom, and this might be a fun little read. You know, Tinian's writing it, Doug Monkey with the illustrations, so yeah. Interested to check this out, and then see how things, how this incorporates with the rest of the Justice League ongoing title, you know, in subsequent, you know, the future issues. So, Justice League number 5, or Legion of Doom. I really like how they do that with the cover. I think that's just kind of neat, and just a cool little cover there. And on the collectible front, you know, speaking of the Justice League, I have this new... You've seen kind of the little mini statuettes I've been getting with the Batman the Animated Series line. Well, I have one now for the Justice League line. I got a Superman. I don't really have a whole lot of Superman statues. I got a couple. I had collectibles spread all throughout my Athletic Geek HQ. So, more than just even in this room. So, yeah. I thought it was a neat little figure. Pretty affordable, and you know, like other ones, it comes with a cool little book about the Justice, the Timverse, the DCAU version of Superman, and it'll be a neat little addition to my collection. And hope to collect the subsequent statues that go along with it. But that is it for an exhausting Athletic Geek and an exhausting comic shop adventure. Let me know what you picked up from your local comic shop in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video or like to check out more, you know, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the channel if you'd like to, you know. If you enjoyed it and want some of your friends to check it out too, and if you'd like to check out more content, be sure to like the Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeeka9. Not just comic books, but anime, video games, pro wrestling, all things geek culture here on the YouTube channel and over on the Facebook page. But beyond that, now, y'all be cool.